Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about early childhood care and its education. Okay. So in this video, the topics which we people are going to see are what is early childhood care education, why it is important, stages of child development, domains of development, various teaching method. In this we are going to see only four methods which are very popular, then parenting types, then behavioral management. So what is education means early childhood care and its education? Early childhood education is the training that a child receives between 2.5 years to 6 years of his age. That is, we could say a preschoolers. So nowadays, let's talk about new education policy. It has even made several mandatory things for the teachers that teachers, those who are teaching to preschool kids, should be ECCA trained. They should be like ECCA trained teacher, because the development which happens over those years are very crucial. So those years are very much crucial for the development of the child. So we could acquire multiple language in the child on this crucial years. So child use play as a way to discover and master themselves in the world. Teachers work as a team. They play to carry out program based on each child's need, because childs are unique. Everyone knows every child is unique, so everything must be planned according to the child's need. Now why we are saying why it is important, what does it has made so important nowadays? Early childhood education increases the school readiness for primary school, that is, help the children to become ready for formal education by just playing and learning the things, by observing, by learning. Okay, so what does this EYE means? EYE is earlier education. Earlier education helps children to gain self-control, to make choices, to be skilled as their faculty, to work independently, to share and care, to work with other children, to take care of their own and school's property, to build concept, to participate in games and activities. So now let's start with the stages of child development. Here I have divided child development in 5 stages. Very first stage is infancy. So in infancy, the child adjusts to the new environment outside the womb. Very first time. Okay, this year means infancy is the age from 0 to 1 or 2, we could say, not more than that. At first the infant completely is helpless, means for anything. If he is hungry, so he will cry. He has some sort of sense already. He knows ki I am like hungry, so he starts crying. If something gets pinned to the child, he starts crying. So that is nothing but the senses which is working right now. At first the infant is completely helpless, and during the first 2 months spend most of the time in sleeping. Okay, they spend the whole time while sleeping. Two individuals, and when they are awake, they engage themselves in active interaction with the environment. Now in development, we could say development is the interaction of heredity and environment, because child acquire everything from both of the things. Okay, then we are talking about toddler. What are toddlers? Toddlers age is from 1 to 2.5 years, we could say. So in this age, they learn to control their muscles. Previously they were helpless, now they have acquired that muscle strength. so that they can become increasingly self-reliant. In this period, the toddler gains control over their hand, their motor skill develops, legs, everything, okay, so that they can walk and run around. They kick a ball with their hands. They could even say some sort of simple words. 500 words the minimum they have learned with. Now let's talk about early childhood. After 2.5 years, we could say it is a early childhood. So this age is, we could even say it is a preschool or age also, we could say that. So in this age, what happens? The child gains control over the body, and even you could see a severe change in his like size of the body also. Okay, the major development in this stage is building up friendship with the stage. There is a key interest in books, participation and everything. Okay, colorful pictures if they are seeing, so they have some sort of interest over it. Then let's talk about middle childhood. This age is from 6 to 12 years. We could say not only middle childhood, we could even say a school age. So here the major development over the body is 10 years. The child development in this stage is building up friendship with this stage, friendship with the peer group. There is a key interest in comic book, movies, TV, etc. Okay. Then last is the adolescence, which is 12 to 18 years. This period is which sexually maturity occurs. Puberty occurs in girls between 11 to 13 years and boys later 13 to 15 years. Okay, they find some sort of interest also among their opposite sex, some sort of things. Okay, so this is not nothing but an adolescence, complete control over their mind. Then let's talk about domains of development. Here I have made 5 domains which are like important one: physical, language, cognitive, social and emotional. Physical development basically refers to the physical change in size and structure of the body, we could say. Okay, then let's talk about language development. Language development usually refers to the changes that make it possible for an infant. Okay, firstly he was like not talking now, who early used to like cry, okay, for communication, to learn words, from then to sentence. Now the child has learned from words to sentence. Firstly he was like crying, now he learned some sort of words, now he learned some sentences, so now he frequently phrase sentence using grammars. So this is nothing but my language development of the child. Let's talk about cognitive development. It refers to basically the thinking skill of our child. This even refers to our creativity. Okay, so all the development which is like memory based, so this is nothing but my cognitive development. Then let's talk about social. Social development is nothing but here the child has some sort of ability that is enabled, means if an individual is there, so he needs to interact with the society. So that is nothing but my social development. He needs to have some sort of expectation with the society. Now let's talk about emotional development. It refers to the emergence of anxiety and sorrow and the society acceptable ways of expressing them. Okay, now he has some sort of emotions developed in it, so he needs to understand the way of expressing it. That is nothing but my emotional development. Now various teaching methods. So 4 major popular methods I have taken in this video. First is Montessori method, very popular amongst the preschool children. Okay, what is now Montessori method? Montessori is a method of education that is based on self activity, self-directed, hands-on learning and collaborative play, we could say. In Montessori classroom, children make creative choices in their learning, while the classroom and the highly trained teacher offer age-appropriate activities to guide the process. Now in this, what happens, the teachers needs to be like Montessori trained, then only she could teach. Here basically activity based learnings are there. So all the things you could find in Montessori schools like made of wooden toys and all. Second method is playway method, very common, and it is like very much used in India. Okay, popular in India, we could say playway method. Playway method is mostly an activity based method or a hands on learning, we could say. Children step out of their home and familiar surrounding to learn among different people who include their peers and teachers. Reggio Emilia method. In Reggio Emilia method, education philosophy and pedagogy focused on preschool and pre-primary education. This approach is a student-centered and constructed self-guided curriculum that uses self-directed experience learning in relationship-driven environment. Waldorf method. You could only find 1 or 2 schools in India having Waldorf method. The school which follows Waldorf method is usually seen having kids complete holistic development among them. Okay, so what is Waldorf method? In short, I could say it is a complete holistic development. Waldorf method, also known as trainer education, it is based on an educational philosophy of Rudolf Steiner, the philosopher of anthroposophy. Its pedagogy strives to develop pupils' intellectual, artistic and practical skills in the integrated and holistic manner. Now, what are the types of parenting? Now, where parenting is also very, very important, because the primary source of development is family. Then rest of the things is secondary, we could say. So that is why parenting definitely affects our children. The very first type of parenting is permissive. Here, parents are like child driven. They don't have, very much, not that much strict or rarely gives or enforce rule. Okay, they don't give some sort of rules. Overindulge child to avoid conflict in it. Now, second type is authoritative. In this, child could solve problem together with child, set clear rules and expectation, open communication and natural consequences. In this type of parenting, you could definitely see it is a perfect style of parenting. Here the child would be happy because he is sharing all the things with his parents. He is not afraid of his parents or anything. He knows the rules. He understands the rules, expectation of everyone. So that is what it is perfect. Then a very dangerous type of, we could say, parenting, it is uninvolved. Not at all parents are involved or absent. Provide little nurturance or guidance. They don't give any sort of indifferent to child's social, emotional and behavioral needs. They don't understand. Authoritarian. Parent drawn, means parent has given whatever the child will be like doing. Parent will say, my child needs to do this thing, then only he will do. If I say my child will do engineering, so my child will do engineering. Whatever things I am saying, means I am setting the rules that the child has to follow. Here you will often see the end result is very, very dangerous, like suicidal type of things could even happen with this type of parenting, because frustration comes over here. Then next is behavioral management. How a teacher could manage several types of behavior in the class, because number of children are there and number of behavior, because family background is different, everything is different. That is why teacher has to manage multiple behavior in the class. So she should firstly she should develop a clear behavior guidelines. Means you have to follow this means you have to follow. Like you need to take permission before drinking water, so you need to take it. There is no other thing. Clear guidelines. Use child friendly charts and visual clues. Means use a chart which is having like most of the, because as they say child can't read, they need to understand with the help of pictures, so it should be like child friendly. Pictures wale symbol. Okay. Teach empathy and other social skills. They should learn what to we have to share the things, we need to maintain the decorum, we should listen when the others are talking, don't interrupt between. This other skills or the empathy which needs a teacher needs to develop among the child. Then she should use rewards and punishment. Means she should say कि those who will complete these things or those who are done with this work, they will get this kind of 5 stars. And punishment sort of not like beating and all, it's like those who have not done, I will not give the star, and that is like fixed. She should fixed over it. No, the child is crying, so I'll give 1 star to the child also. No, this is not to be done. So these are the rewards and punishment, and she should follow very perfectly. She should not give any sort of attention to very nonsense type of behavior in the class. Otherwise the good children will say ki for seeking attention we also need to be like notorious. No need of that. Use very clear rules and all. Follow a daily routine. Firstly come, do your circle time, this kind of like have your classes, lunch break, then we will have some sort of activity, so the child would be like used to it. So this kind of things would definitely going to help you in behavioral management in the class. Hope you would have liked my video, and if you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel.